short and just go through the motions.
What's up, chat? Welcome back to Positively Honest Podcast. Of course you know that, where we always keep it real. Keep it absolutely positively honest, chat. Today, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little bit a different show today. You feel me? I always got a different show. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like bore you guys with the boring old stuff. Okay, I always try to keep you guys, you know what I'm saying? Bring you guys fresh content. Okay, unlike your other YouTubers who just sit back and just talk about the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? Just have normal conversations. It's like, what value do those guys bring? I really don't get it.
Nope.
But hey, anyways, let's get back to what I got for you guys. So, maybe you have seen this, maybe you have not. But the internet is going crazy, chat. And like I always say, man, people are finally waking up when they hear somebody that's talking about the same thing that they're really going through, that resonates with them. They really listen. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like average people right now, nowadays, like majority of Americans, they're so hungry for like a good leader, an honest leader. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people actually don't even believe that's possible. And that leads me to a new candidate. I mean, he announced 4 months ago, right? I don't even, like I always, say, like I don't really follow politics that much. But of course, I'm aware of politics. I try to stay away. You know what I'm saying? Because it causes a lot of division, a lot of, like bullshit. Especially in America. Like, you can't even this country is divided. You know what I'm saying? They don't even think that, like, we all Americans. Like, they cannot stand each other. But what this guy is trying to do, you know what I'm saying? As he claimed that he want to bring both sides as an Americans, okay? But anyway, so I was listening Joe Rogan Experience, okay? And I'm not ashamed to say, you know what I'm saying, that I am a big fan. And I'm proud to say that I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan Experience, okay? Even though I you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that Joe Rogan said that I really disagree, okay? But I don't know who you agree with a lot, 100%. Who agree with you 100%? If you got somebody that agree with you 100% or you agree with them 100%, that's not right. That lets you know that you're not actually doing yourself a service. Like, you cheating yourself, because you don't have to agree. You shouldn't be agreeing everybody, or you shouldn't be agreeing with 100% with anybody. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? So a lot of things that Joe Rogan says sometimes, I don't agree with it. But also a lot of things that he say is actually makes sense, okay? And it's a common sense. And I also learned a lot about those amazing people that he have, those different, like smart people who have smart conversations. Yeah, some of them might be promoting products. I get it. But also, they bring in over like information that maybe you never heard of. So actually, I learned a lot from Joe Rogan's Experience, okay? And the last conversation that I listened was Robert Kennedy Jr. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've heard this guy was running. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard him, but I was not really familiar. Just like a lot of you guys, just like a lot of Americans. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he's 69 years old, almost 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a young guy. I ain't gonna lie, compared to him. And I was not aware. Like, obviously, I learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew his name and who he is, and he's related to the Kennedy family. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he's the uncle. I mean, he's the son of Robert Kennedy. And obviously, Robert Kennedy is the brother of JFK. John. Matter of fact, let me see if I can zoom this in. Can y'all see? I'm a big fan. Yeah, that's where you put. Your coins and your money, whatever. But I'm a big fan. Like, I'm a big fan. And the reason is, this guy actually stand for the regular Americans, okay? Middle class Americans. This guy, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say there was a reason why he was assassinated. And I'm not going to get into that. Otherwise, they're going to label me as conspiracy theorist, okay? So, RIP, but you know where this guy comes from, okay? And, like, the things that he was saying, they had 3 hours of conversations, okay? And I'm just say, like, before we listen, before we talk about what they really talked about, let me just say a few things, okay? And this might be, this might be like a different viewpoint. You might not agree with this. You might not. You know what I'm saying? This might be a little bit too hot. But, I positively keep it honest out here, okay? And this is how it goes, okay? I don't give a fuck if you agree or not, but this is how it goes. I'm gonna keep it real. So, this guy is running as he's part of the Democratic Party. First of all, I think they kind of like, when you hear Democratic Party, that kind of misleads you. You think they're all about democracy, okay? That to begin with, I'm just keep it clear, okay? I'm just be honest, okay? I don't care if you like it or not. And this is one of the reasons why I stay away from politics, but because I keep it real, and they don't like the people that keep it real. They censor those people. So let me tell you, this guy, fuck, I lost my point. But anyways, like, this guy, I got what I was trying to say. Ha ha, you thought I forgot my point. I have not.
Nope.
Okay? And it goes like this. The Democratic Party is supposed to be democracy. It's supposed to be representing democracy, okay? But that's not what it seems like they be doing lately. Allegedly. Like, what I've been seeing, especially the last 5 years, things like got dramatically worse. Obviously, now we know we have been lied to when it comes to wars. I'm just saying that. But the Democratic Party is supposed to be for democracy, okay? But what they doing this year, it is nothing. You cannot call this democracy. There's no freaking way you can call this democracy. Okay? Like, and here's an example. Last week, or I'm gonna say the last 4 weeks, the United States made a history again when they arrested one of their former president of the United States for the first time in a recent history. I'm talking about I'm not talking about 1786. I'm talking about in a recent memory, in the last 100 years, the United States of America did not. They stayed away. They stayed away from that kind of shit. But finally, they couldn't stay away. After 200 some years, they could not. Okay? And last 4 weeks, they made a history. Okay? And you know who doing that? The Democratic Party. The bigger party. Okay? The party that's supposed to be representing the people. We the people. Okay? The more they always, this is why I get mad. And they always represent. They always will try to lie to you about democracy, while they really abusing democracy. This is a strange time, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly, when you find out the truth, it's gonna be ugly. You're gonna question everything that you have ever known. Okay. But this is one of the reasons why my channel exists, because this is why this channel's name is Positively Honest. We're gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna really, really think clear, stay focused, okay? And don't fall into debates and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And don't get negative. Don't buy into the division, okay? And fact check everything. Do your own research. Don't get fooled. I'm telling you, they counting on you. They wanna fool you. So if you just educate yourself about these things that everybody claiming different things about, and you just kind of figured it out yourself, maybe this country would be in a better place. And that's actually what is happening lately. Okay, people are waking up. People are really seeking the truth, doing the research, even though they really don't have the time, even though they are suppressed. They're barely holding up. Okay, and this guy will literally touch some of the facts, some of the numbers, and it was shocking. I could not believe. I listened to that conversation. It was 3 hours and some minutes. Not 3 hours, yeah, and some minutes of conversation on Spotify. If you can find on this, I will try to link. I'll try to put the link in the description below. But if you can find that conversation, I highly recommend it. Like he said, that was the only, I think, he even said at one point, this probably going to be the last time I'm going to really be open book and really talk, you know what I'm saying, without getting censored. You know what I'm saying? And you know who's doing the censoring? The Democratic Party. Like, they're not willing to debate you anymore. They're not willing to listen to your, what you got to say. They don't want to even be in the same place that you are, which kind of makes them not democracy. And if you say, hey, that's kind of wannabe dictatorship, they're gonna be outraged. Oh my God, you just crossed the line. But you were not crossing the line when you were when you were literally hurting the American people and the innocent other literally all over the world. You're causing chaos, and it's just not fair. But life is not fair, right? Like, like.
Nope.
So, I think, so you guys gonna listen. All I'm gonna say, listen for yourself. Don't take what I got to say. You know, to do your own research, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But, and I'm just give you like quick example. After that conversation, 3 hours of conversation, I'm gonna show you how the media is also colluded, playing in cahoots with the government, because they are sharing the same narrative the government wants them to put it out there. You cannot make this you cannot make this up. This is happening in America, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening in America, the land of the free. Like, unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest media. That's why people are not like. That's why their viewership is tanking. Why? People are waking up. People are realizing, holy shit, these motherfuckers are lying to me. Like they just propaganda. It is finest, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you cannot believe. Like, this is the propaganda. I never thought that deception and the propaganda was this bad in America. Like, they are the creator of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how, like, sometimes you act like, oh, like, you know how there's a player, and then there's, you know how there's a coach that coaches the player. That's the United States. It is the coach, okay, of the propaganda. When they tell you, oh, stop the misinformation, they're the master. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being honest. Like Google is one of them, man. Like, it kind of like hurts my heart because I love Google, like, and I love YouTube, obviously, but they have ties to the government. Like, they're all a government product. There's no freedom of speech anymore. Like, they can put this video down any minute without no reason, like, without giving you no reason. Oh, this is our platform. Misinformation. They just call anything misinformation. You can't even say what is misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even take facts for facts anymore. I can give you a good example. Like, we don't even agree on facts anymore. Like, on the numbers alone. You know how they said, oh no, we're not in a recession in the United States. But it literally says in a dictionary, the definition of recession. If you, like, literally, we are in a recession. Like, the inflation is through the roofs. I don't know how the fuck y'all holding up. Like, and then, yeah, like, it's crazy. Like, how the fuck y'all holding up? Like, I'm trying everything I can, but, like, that shit is like, ooh, how the fuck y'all motherfucker holding up? Golly. You feel me? And I feel bad for those Americans who are living in America who don't even have, who are starving, like, to death. Like, holy shit. In America, bro. But anyways, I was talking about how the media, you know what I'm saying, work together. And they represent the government. And a good example is when Joe Rogan had RFK Jr. on his podcast. That 3 hours, look what he actually talked about Rolling Stones. You know what I'm saying? Like, this used to be one of the best news, what do you call, news company or news blog, whatever the fuck you call it. And now, I'm quoting him. He said, it's run by a guy who has a deep ties, a deep relationship with the CIA. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is that democracy? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that like fascism? Like isn't that like I don't know what you call it, bro. Just let it go, bro. Let it go, bro. Let it go, bro. So they said, this is what they said. RFK Jr. tells Joe Rogan he's aware of the possibility CIA could assassinate him. That was the end of the conversation. And they got that part right. Okay? But this is, look, right? So they got that part right. Look what they wrote here. And they said, the conspiracy theorist. Are you fucking serious? This guy is running for the United States of America president's office, okay? And like, actually, I didn't even this kind of connects to me the point that I was making earlier. Like, Joe Biden is kind of using the government power against his, you know what I'm saying, his running mates, his what is that word, opponents. And look, here's a good example. He's really trying hard. Like, I'm not saying Trump is innocent at all, okay? I'm not saying that, but Trump has 2 court pending dates that we don't know when that case will conclude. Will that case carry on into the election? Okay. Will that be election what do they call, interference? I don't know. I'm just asking you guys questions, okay? Why now? Why now when we are so close to the election? You had all that time to actually do the investigation, and if you're gonna put this guy in jail, you could have. Why now when we are almost into the election? You know what I'm saying? The campaigns already started, okay? How, and this is happening in America, okay? And another example is another guy right here. This is his, you know what I'm saying? He's running against him. Okay, they might be running in the same party, but this guy is already popular, and like so quickly. So that shows people are like really listening to him and agreeing a lot of things that he's saying. But that does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. Like, the American government does not want their citizens to make the decision to put at the to put somebody they elected in office. This guy, you know, if like he put a lot of videos on, first of all, like CNN or all this mainstream media, they wouldn't even have him. Like, you already know that's kind of CNN and MSNBC. They work for the government. Let's not lie for each other. You know what I'm saying? Is government funded media. I don't give a fuck what you say. Let's not go circle around the bushes, okay? Even Fox News could be. I'm not gonna lie. Money, baby. That's America. Okay? So it's like all of his videos, since they wouldn't have him, he tried to use other independent media. There's no independent media, but other platforms that might get him the reach that he needs. But he can't even do that, ladies and gentlemen. Like, his videos has been put down so many times on YouTube, different podcasts, different, like, everything that he tried to do, they try to like just suppress him. They don't even want to. He said they didn't even want to have a conversation with him or debate him for 18 years. His his dad got assassinated. His uncle got assassinated. The 35th president of the United States of America. The youngest president of the United States of America. And this guy has the courage to come forward and still fight for the average American, the one that is like left behind, which is at this point majority of Americans. Because in America right now, you either fucking rich or you're either poor as fuck. There's no in the middle class. There's no middle. There's no upper middle, lower middle class. Like, none of that shit.
Nope.
Out of the door. Long time ago. Okay? And they just... You already know. The so-called Democratic Party would not even debate. They wouldn't even hold a debate. They don't want anybody debating the current sitting president. They just want him to just roll over. Now you got 4 more years in America. That's what it basically looks like. You don't want anybody debating him. He's gonna be the number one running from that party. You know what I'm saying? Whoever comes from the other party probably won't have any chance, because they will make sure they will do everything they can to, you know what I'm saying, do their thing. So we'll see how things go. But you see how like, you know, and I can continue with the examples right here. I would be more than happy to do that. So let me actually zoom in. All I did was on Google right here, I just searched Robert Kennedy Jr. Look. Look what Vice is number 1 right here. Look what they saying. Spotify has stopped even sort of trying. Look. What do you mean? Like, they kind of like indicating they want these guys to suppress. So they're like, Spotify has stopped even like they're not even trying to suppress, you dumbass bit, like trying to suppress freedom of speech. This is what I'm saying. They're advocating to go against the Constitution of the United States. How the fuck is this democracy? Like, am I the only one seeing this shit, bro? Like, holy shit. This is why people are going insane. Because they telling you the sky is green. And I'm like, hold on. The sky has been blue the whole fucking time. Get the fuck out of here. That's not what I see. I see a blue sky. No, that's not blue. It's literally green. It might be your eyes. Just imagine 100 people come to you and they're like, that's green sky. The fuck's wrong with you, man? If 100 people come to you and they keep telling you, yeah, that's a green, that's a green fucking sky, and you try to like look it up, you go on Google, is the sky blue or green? And you first can't figure it out. Like, it's just bunch of words, but they don't really give you a clear answer. And then somehow, somewhere they will say the sky might appear green, but then all the way down at the end it might be like But scientists hasn't found any evidence this sky is green. So therefore it's blue. Are you fucking
Stupid.
That's America. Believe it or not. Like, I swear they would and you'd be like, am I fucking, is it me that going crazy, or is this shit really happening? Are they really going against biology, or is this really happening? And I'm like, yeah, it's happening. But a lot of people are just like, this way, that way, this way, that way. I'm like, no, you don't have to choose a party. You really don't have to, because that's what they want you. Like, they want you to, like, side with a party so the other party can attack you. But you don't, like, you just keep it, like, both of them would have a lot of misinformation themselves, and then they're gonna blame you, like, with misinformation. You know how somebody, like, like, this is like common in America only. Disclaimer: this is only happening in America and Western world, okay? So sometimes when you're in a relationship, okay, when you're in a relationship, I'm talking about opposite sex with each other, okay? Just to be clear. Like, I'm you know what I'm saying? But, and anyways, when you're in a relationship, and when someone all of a sudden accuses the other person that they're cheating, even though they're the one that are actually cheating. You feel me? Like, that's exactly that kind of example is happening right now. Like, they're the ones who are doing the propaganda, the misinformation, the misleading. You feel me? Like, the forcing, the shutting up people, the censoring, the endless wars. Like, they're doing all of that shit. But if you say something that calls them out or has a little bit of truth, oh, that's misinformation. And then they just label you, and it's over. Because once they label you, that's a code, indication code for the rest to follow. And it's over. And there's a lot of examples, you know what I'm saying? You can even see how, like, they ban certain people from the internet. And a lot of you guys be like, oh, the internet, that is like freedom. Like, nobody can control the internet. Really? Really?
Nope.
Again, man,
Life is too short to just go through the motions.
you gotta do your own research, man. Do the work. You can't just,
Life is too short to just go through the motions.
you just can't, man. Like, you can't. You gotta, like, really make a decision. If this guy, who is 69 years old, who's his uncle got assassinated, his dad got assassinated, you know how much courage it takes to really come back, and he's not even like, come back and still advocate and like try to carry on where your uncle left. I think that is that is the definition of true American hero in my eyes. I don't care what you say. You can label him like conspiracy theorist, and then a couple months when it becomes, the conspiracy theorist becomes true, then, and you don't apologize, there's no consequences. It's just sad, man. It's just sad, but I believe, you know what I'm saying, like, it's gonna be revolution happens in silence. Like, people had enough already. Like, I'm telling you, you cannot fool people anymore in 2023. Like, people had enough. Like, y'all keep trying the same excuses, the same lies, Can you at least try? Can you at least be a little bit clever? Like, I used to really think American people were like really, really dumb. Like, holy shit. But nah, like I understood that like they've been suppressed. They don't have that much of a power. If they did, like they would have cleared up the government a long time ago. Okay? But it's only 20% that, you know what I'm saying, leading America, man. The other 80, they're just, you know what I'm saying, suppressed basically. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that one day, man, we can overcome. But look at this. This is what I was trying to say. Look at CNN. Look at the biggest propaganda like channel that has like biggest mouthpiece. Look, RFK Jr. has a big primary problem. And you'd be like, okay, big primary problem. And what is that? And then they answer for you. The Democrats like Joe Biden. So you see how they're trying to change the narrative? Are you guys seeing this shit? Do you see how they, you know what I'm saying? Do you see how they're trying to change the narrative? They're trying to say RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr. has a big primary problem, which means he's in trouble. Like he won't be able to, you know what I'm saying, like be the party's leader because of, and the main reason why there will be a problem is because of Joe Biden. Like this is what I'm saying. They think you are like, you're a Stevie Wonder. Like they think you don't, like you don't have eyes. They think you're not really seeing anything or hearing, or you don't have a brain to think. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like common sense is kind of going away. But god damn, I didn't know. Yeah, taking American people, like yeah, disrespecting the American people for even writing this bullshit. The guy he's running against is like 80 years old. Y'all know Joe Biden's 80 years old, right? Y'all know a lot of things that's been happening lately, right? Y'all know the age is a problem, right? Y'all know there has been a debate if the age, if like there should be a requirement of an age limit. You know, there is a debate about that, right? But all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like who? Nobody in their right mind would ever think this or write this fucking article. But obviously, it has to be the biggest fake fucking news. Okay. Look at the Hill. The Hill. You know what I'm saying? Report the government. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
New World Order.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But Senate Democrat backs Biden over long-time supporter RFK Jr. You can't make this up. When I say, you know what I'm saying, they are all connected, I'm not lying, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
New World Order.
And I'm aware of the risk. I don't give a fuck. Like if Robert Kennedy Jr. has that courage, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck, bro. Fuck is you talking about? Like, I wish I had fraction of the courage he has. You know what I'm saying? But some of you guys might be like love to just, you know what I'm saying, be silent. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying, get raw dog silently. That's not me, man.
Nope.
can. I'll be like, nah, that hurts. Like, I can't do that. That shit hurts. Like, nah. You ain't gonna do that shit. Like, nah. I'd rather like die. Like, fuck you talk about. But you be like, alright, like, if I had to do this, like, if I have to fucking, like, arch, man, like, what, like, you wanna, like, you ain't even gonna use no fucking baby oil, nothing. Damn, the government is freaky, like, they don't even wanna use no motherfucking baby oil or nothing, or no motherfucking lube or nothing. For real, like. They're not even gonna, like, there's no consent. Like, when it comes to the government, like, they just grab you, like, yeah, like, for real, bro, like. Because they never fucking ask you, hey, we going to Ukraine, like, we about to go support Ukraine. What do you think? They don't even ask you. Otherwise, you'd be like,
Nope.
not me.
Nope.
But they don't even ask you. They're like, oh, Congress approved $110 billion to support Ukraine. Hey. I was like, wait, what? Where did we get that money? Like, we starving out here. But they didn't even fucking ask you that. It's the same thing. It's like them fucking raw dogging you without your permission. Like, they just really grab you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you get it, though. Like, can't really say this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really watch it. The boys really watch it, though. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, welcome, man. I hope you guys hit the like button as well. You know what I'm saying?
New World Order.
Hit the like button, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, though. But now, already, like, that was just a few examples of showing y'all. Like, if y'all really want me to continue, like, I can. Like, look at this shit. Like, that's obviously the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to, like you can't even believe one time they're like, oh, he holds 50% of primary poll. You see how they contradict? Look, RFK Jr. holds 15% support in Democratic primary poll. And then CNN were like, oh, RFK Jr. has one big problem in that primary. The Democrats, like Joe Biden. Like, get the fuck out of here. Look. Look, is Biden all that immune to challenge of anti-vaxxer Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? This is the times, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time we live in, man, in America, man. You know what I'm saying? When your heroes become you're the people that you fucking walk all over. You know what I'm saying? America, man, we have done this like a lot of times, man. Okay? If y'all remember, man, a lot of Americans did not want to go to Vietnam War. And talk to me about how some of those troops was treated when they came back. And he actually mentions, I'm talking about Robert Kennedy Jr. He actually talks about how the main reason why Americans are tricked all the time is because they're good people. They love to help. So but they're taken advantage of by their own people. Okay? They've been lied to, and when they get tricked, it's like they've been getting tricked a lot, and they finally had enough. Like, they're like, I don't know if we're gonna believe that. You said that last time. You know what I'm saying? American people, they woke up. They're like, do you remember Iraq? Do you remember, like, he will like, it's better when he says this, okay? So let me play this video, okay? I'm gonna play a video, and we'll talk about a little bit about it, and we'll be done, okay? So hang tight, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me. Please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it helps me, man. Hit the like, hit subscribe. You know what I'm saying? So let me. This is what this is. I made this video. And you know what I'm saying? Just so I can, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what YouTube, you know what YouTube. Saying we talked about that. I told you how they scrambling anything that this guy says. Like if they see anything that this guy saying on YouTube, YouTube puts down his videos, regardless of what he's saying. And how the fuck isn't that like election interference? Because this guy's running for, like, this guy is a candidate of the United States of America presidency, like president's office. Why are you suppressing? This is America. Where's democracy? Holy
New World Order.
I have never thought that I would, in a million years, I would be saying this shit, bro. Because this is the main reason why the whole world, everybody wants to come to America. Because they're told America is democracy, it's the land of the free, the home of the brave. But once you get here, you all find out, wait a second. Even majority of Americans are not even living the American dream. 25% of Americans are literally starving to death. And you're talking about, and then the United States got the audacity to say, oh, we're gonna go help people that are starving in other countries. But what about your own country, sir? Aren't you supposed to start here and make sure that everybody has like a better life here first before you create 800 bases around the world? And last time I checked, there was 200 countries on this fucking planet. How the fuck did you put 800 military bases? I guess y'all can do the math, chat. Like, what is that? How many military base each country has then? Because there's 800 fucking bases, and there's last time I checked, there was only 200. Let's say 200. Let's be generous. 214 countries. This is just the estimation, guys. Okay, 214 countries on this planet. Where the 800 bases? We're spending all that money for what? Being the police of the world, dictating these countries what is democracy, what's not. When you're censoring. Clown world, guys. Clown world.
New World Order.
But let me hit play, man.
Lost their way, and my party.
So let me. The reason why I wanted to create, obviously, is that YouTube is try to put everything upside down. So I try to create a video, and the voice you hearing is definitely him. It's definitely him. So hopefully you guys pay attention. Let me know, please let me know if there's one statement you guys don't agree. One statement I could not find, all the things that he was talking about. Maybe I didn't disagree at all. Maybe I said I'm gonna check more on that, on that topic that he talked about. But I never said that's not true. I've never said that is wild. And I'm a fair guy. I pay attention. So let's see if you're paying attention, and maybe you let me know.
the Democratic Party has become the party of war. It's become the party of censorship. It's become the party of pharmaceutical companies, of, the neocons, this very aggressive, belligerent foreign policy, forever wars. And then, the kind of political suppression that we saw, and this bizarre turning our backs on the American middle class, which is the only thing that sustains democracy. If you don't have a middle class, you cannot. Any political scholar, political scientist will tell you that if you have large aggregations of wealth at the top and widespread poverty below, that formulation is too unstable to support democracy. And the middle class has just been wiped out in this country, and nobody's talking about it. It's really, and I think that's why, Trump was so popular. Media, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, that CNN now has a viewership of, I think, something.
Pay attention this part, chat.
Tucker, when he was at Fox, had a viewership at the end about 4.5 million. So he was 10 times as big as CNN. And you at your top,
Rogan,
like McCulloch, I think you were getting almost 40 million or something, maybe more. I don't know what it is, but you are then 10 times bigger than Tucker and 100 times bigger than CNN. And there's a lot of people out there, and this is, for me, it's a good media, for a variety of reasons, and I've been able to reach a lot of people. It's a very, very populist media. It reaches people who are on the far left and on the far right, and it kind of unifies them. And those are, the audience that I think I'm most likely to. My campaign is about. But it occurred to me then, and it struck me many times since, that every nation, like every individual, has a darker side and a lighter side. And the easiest thing for a politician to do is to appeal to our hatred and our bigotry and our.
That is facts, because that works, Jack. It's easy to, you know what I'm saying? It's easy.
Once in a while, politicians like my dad come along who have a different approach, which is to persuade people one way or another to transcend their narrow self-interest and see themselves as part of a community, as part of a
35th President of the United States of America. The youngest President of the United States of America.
And to avoid the seduction of the notion that we can advance ourselves as a people by leaving our poor brothers and sisters behind. And my dad was able to do that successfully.
Robert.
And I think, that we have that opportunity now. And, that's why my father was able to do something that made people up by 90%. You're now getting $25 a month. Try feeding yourself on 90 cents a day in this country. 30 million Americans got that call. These are people, and that same month, we bailed out, we printed $300 billion new dollars to bail out the Silicon Valley Bank. And we topped off the Ukraine war commitment to $113 billion. So we got lots of money for the military-industrial complex, lots of money for the bankers, the banksters.
New world order.
But we're starving Americans to death. Starving them. And because of all the inflation, we spent $16 trillion on the lockdown. We wasted, got nothing for it. $8 trillion on the Ukraine war. That's $24 trillion that they had to print to pay for nothing. That money, the way they're paying it back, they're not going to tell us they're raised taxes.
Nope.
You can't do that.
Nope.
It's a hidden tax called inflation, and it hits the poor and the middle class, and it has dismantled.
That's me and you. That's me and you.
Well, my friends, food bills for basic foods like chicken, dairy, and eggs has increased 76% in 2 years to pay for the Iraq war, or the Ukraine war, the Iraq war, and the lockdowns. His food prices are going up. And now the government's telling him, well, we have plenty of money for the military and the banks. We don't have it for Americans who are, hardworking people. And, something is not right.
Nope.
We don't have, we're in a crisis in this country. We're in, and we need to start we need to start unraveling the empire. We have 800 bases abroad. We were told in 1992, when the Soviet Union collapsed, we were told we were going to get a peace dividend at the military expenditure was going to go from $600 billion a year to $200 billion, and we were going to stop making billion-dollar stealth bombers that can't fly in the rain, and that we're going to take that money home and build schools with it, and build infrastructure, and give good health care in the inner cities. And then none of that happened. And today, instead of going down to $200 billion, it's gone up. The total military expenditure, if you include national security, is $1.3 billion. And it hasn't made us safer. It's made us worse off.
1.3 trillion?
1.3 trillion. If you include...
Yeah, I think you said billion.
No, 1.3 trillion. If you include national, the security apparatus, and, all the stuff that you have to walk through at the airports... And if you include the $300 billion to the veterans, which you can't count. Now, the veterans are, we have 29 a day killing themselves. These wars are not good for our country or our kids. And we need to stop being an empire and instead come home, rebuild the middle class, and then project economic power. The Chinese are eating our lunch because they know not to project military power. To project economic power. That's how you win the hearts and minds of the world in national security. My uncle, John Kennedy, did that. He refused to go to war. So he was surrounded by military-industrial complex and he learned very early in an intelligence apparatus that he realized early on that the purpose of the CIA and the intelligence apparatus was to create a constant pipeline of new wars for the military-industrial complex. 3 days before he took the oath of office, Eisenhower, who was the outgoing president, gave what is probably the most important speech in American history, which was, where he warned against the military-industrial complex. I was at my uncle's inauguration. I was in Washington that day. As a 6-year-old boy. And I was sitting on the stands behind him in front of him during his inauguration. And he understood that. And 2 months later, the military and intelligence came to him and said, we got to invade Cuba. And he was like, I'm not going into Cuba, and I'm not going to let the military. And they said, well, we got all these Cubans trained, and they're going to go attack Castro. And he said, well, we can't, the U.S. government can't be doing that. We can't be attacking. I don't like what Castro's doing down there, but it's not the United States job to dictate what kind of governments other countries have. And they said, well, as soon as they land, there's going to be a big revolution. Everybody's going to rise up and they're going to overthrow Castro. And he said, well, you can't use the U.S. military. And they ended up bringing those guys over with United Fruit boats. And in the middle of it, in the night, they came to him and said, they're getting wiped out on the beach, and you need to send in the military and invade. And he said, we're not going to do it. And he stepped out of that meeting, and he realized they had been lying to him and trying to trick him. And he said, I want to take the CIA and shatter it into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the winds. And then, for the next 1,000 days of his presidency, he was at war with his military and intelligence apparatus. They tried to get him to go into Laos. He said no. They tried to get him to go into Vietnam with combat troops. They said we need 250,000 combat troops. He refused. Everybody around him wanted him to go into Vietnam. He sent 16,000 military advisors. That's fewer people than he sent to get James Meredith into Ole Miss in Jackson, Mississippi, to get one black man into school. He sent fewer to Vietnam. They were allowed to fight. Many of them did. They violated the rules of engagement. In October of 1963, he heard that some of his Green Berets have been killed over there. And he said, I want a total casualty list from Vietnam. And his aide came to him and said, 75 Americans have died. He said, that's too many. And he signed that day a national security order ordering all troops out of Vietnam, U.S. troops. The first 1,000 over the next month, and then the rest by the beginning of 1965. And then a month later he was killed.
World order.
So, but what his view was is that he believed that the view of Americans abroad should not be, a soldier with a gun. It should be a Peace Corps volunteer building, wells, and it should be USAID helping poor people, and it should be Alliance for Progress building middle class. And that's what he did. And he started the Kennedy Milk Program to give nutrition to poor kids all over the world. As a result of that, in Africa today, there are more statues to John Kennedy, more boulevards named after him, more hospitals, schools, universities, avenues in all the major cities named after him than any other president. And that is the Chinese have taken that template and done the same thing now. And they are, all these countries that were supposedly allied with us are now realigning with the Chinese, and they're switching to their currency because the Chinese are not there to kill people. They're there, to build roads, to build.
I don't know if they are if they're innocent as well. It's like you gotta choose between two evils. That's my opinion. The Chinese are not fucking building bridges and giving money to build Africa for free. Let's get that clear, okay? They're not doing that.
Nope.
There's a reason why they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they want to take part of the resources that the United States and the West has been enjoying for centuries. They want to, finally, they're powerful country. They want to influence other continents. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing it in they just using money because they got a lot of fucking money. And obviously, other countries are realizing as well, just like Americans, that things are something's not making sense. Okay? Something's not making sense. We are being fooled. And finally, people are waking up all over the world, here in America. Okay? But let me know what you think. Is there something that you disagree with the American hero who is the nephew of, or the niece? I don't know. But you get it who I'm talking about. I'm talking about John F. Kennedy, one of the best president that ever came, or one of the he's in history, one of the best presidents in the United States of America. And I hope one day we will be able to have another president like him that can move us closer to the dream, because America is a dream, whether you realize it or not. And we're not. None of these parties are getting us closer to that dream. So it's up to us, we the people, to actually have the courage. Don't sit back and watch your country fall apart. You know what I'm saying? The dream that you believe in fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Because history don't lie, man. Because some people, you know what I'm saying, that you read about in the history, I'm sure they have faced something worse, worse than this. And guess what? They gave it everything. They gave it all for this democracy. So who are you not to? You know what I'm saying? It would be like selfish and disingenuous to just sit back and watch your empire fall apart and thinking, oh, I'm gonna live in this bubble. I'm gonna live in my own reality. I'm gonna live in my own truth. Okay. Cool. But if you wanna, like join the majority of millions of Americans who are every day like finding the truth, every day seeking more information, seeking more truth, seeking more information how to overcome, how to improve their lives. Hey, I think you are in the right place. I would love to like be your friend, like, cause this is two-way. It's not only me. Like, if you have a topic or anything, I would love to learn from you. I'm open. Like, I keep my mind open. I'm open-minded. Like, I'm not just say the only thing I believe is the only thing I believe is what I believe. That's it. Nah. You got something that you want me to believe? Convince me. And if that makes sense, I'm willing to abandon my old thinking ways. If your idea that you represent, if you explain it better and it makes sense, way better than my old idea, of course, the old idea is going to be out of the door. And that's the only way to grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. Like, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't really see you, but I really see you. You know what I'm saying? I acknowledge what you're really going through, because I am going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always talk about how Americans, or at this point, but majority, at this point everyone, but majority Americans suffer silently and alone. Like, other places you will have like family that can go through like the misery or the hardship with you. But in America, majority of Americans, like, they really suffer alone. Like, that's the worst kind. Because it's an individualism culture. It's all about me, 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 me. You know what I'm saying? Not about like, how about the country? Because we are all in one. Or are we? But I get it. The culture, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of misleading. Like, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, will, like, the culture itself, like American culture itself, look down on the poor. I don't know what it is. But majority of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their savings. So, like, the hypocrisy is there, but all human beings do have hypocrisy. I'm telling you, man. Even when I don't want to be, like, if I really go back in my life, I will find like times where I really contradicted myself, or it was like the hypocrisy. You know, but if you think you're perfect, that's fine too. Okay, carry on. But anyways, chat, I think it was an amazing conversation. We'll have more of that conversation, because I just want you to be aware. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be aware of what's going on. That's it. I'm not telling you to side with what side. It's your choice. You live in America. Hopefully you are, you know what I'm saying, you can form your own thinking, your own opinions, your own, you know what I'm saying? So, your own decisions. So come up with what, like, you decide what's wrong, which side is right, which one is wrong, what's true to you. Okay? But that's pretty much it, chat. You know what I'm saying? I hope you, you know what I'm saying, at least learn something. You know what I'm saying? But please hit the like button. One of these shows that coming up, tomorrow, of course, I'm coming back. But one of these days that coming up, I'm planning on having a call-in stream. Like, I want to talk to people. I want to interact with people. And that's what I want to do. So, Keep that in mind. Stay tuned about that. More information about that, okay? And there's one more thing that I say before I go. And if I don't say, I pretty much don't end it. Or if I do, it just does not feel right. And it goes something like this. Make sure you take care of your mental health so they cannot manipulate or, you know what I'm saying, like lie to you. So you can stay focused. So you can form your own thinking ways, okay? Health is not about only physical health, okay? Mental health is as important, if not more important than a physical health. But of course, you're not gonna hear this from a lot of people or from a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take care of your mental health and you really like exercise your mind, because it's a muscle, like just like any other muscle of your body. If you exercise it and you keep it sharp, it will be hard for them to manipulate you, to trick you, to lie to you, to enslave you, okay? To control you. And you might ask, who is they?
New World Order.
Y'all funny as fuck. Y'all funny as fuck. But make sure you take care of your mental health. That's very important. Until next time, my friend. Adios.